some that are trying to do the kiosk on their scavenger hunt. Because
Like
I'm the bottleneck, we forgot that I haven't really got those set up yet, so we're gonna do that right after this meeting.
Do you know the passwords?
Yeah. I do, yes. It's the standard for all of them, but we'll get that to you if you don't have them. Now, the only thing we don't have is the pass codes for getting out of it, but I'll work with Shelley, or it should be your standard. You guys didn't have them in the past because you would have gotten them after Harvey, right? Or did you have them before Harvey?
We've had them, but they're 4-digit codes.
No, there's
Yeah, well, there's a kiosk password, and then there's a guided access password.
Yeah, the guided access is
You guys will set up the 4-digit one. We'll figure that out.
Like that is for.
Guided access?
Yeah.
It's 4 digits.
oh.
When you get them out of it, give away
Sounds like Chick-fil-A, right?
The big Mexican guy that was Johnny.
Okay. I got a big plastic cup so you get from a game or something.
I got the white, and then I got the glass, right? Sits there.
Some time today.
I had to go back home and get that.
What about Monday?
How many trips am I gonna have to make?
I'll personally hand deliver it.
Julia, that's her name.
I don't have
And it's still just says auto pickup, right?
What's that?
No, when you call different rooms, it still just says auto pickup.
Depends on how to have it configured. I have all that answers.
I think they normally do for these ones. So you have to make sure if you call that other room, it's just got pickup.
Right.
But I guess
Have you already found the directory?
Where did y'all go?
Freak out.
Behind you go.
Did you just compare it to Big Brother?
pull those out, figure it out.
Alright, what are we missing? I think we're missing people. This is not enough.
I think Bill was going to
He's
round
doing a
up
sweep.
the rest of the people.
I don't know what happened.
This was in the healthy junk food, so this is healthy too, right? This is like a salad,
Yes,
right? Negative
absolutely.
calories.
It's not surprising.
Part of it grew up, you
What's up,
know,
man?
wheat, part of it grew on as a bean on a tree.
You went extremely opposite today.
Yeah.
I went from one extreme to the other. Well,
Where you going?
all right then.
Alright, everybody, Ron's gonna share with us some of this AV stuff and how to use all the technology in the brand.
So everybody, still Rod. Thanks for coming to my meeting today. As part of y'all's opening, I'm supposed to put together a slideshow, give you guys Jonathan will give you guys a demo on the new technology. I think you guys had a projector system in the old branch, so we guess upgraded you guys a little bit. So won't take very long. We'll let Jonathan go first, and then I'll go through a little construction slideshow. Then I'll answer any questions you guys have about the branch. Talk about some of the open items that you'll see getting fixed in the next week or two, and then we'll go from there. Also, the furniture team has started going through and changing y'all's desktop, so it's a good thing you guys are in here so they can get in your spaces. So we'll let Jonathan from Whitlock kind of talk about the AV in here. So.
All right. So your main interface is this touch panel here. It's very intuitive on the way how it works. Basically, from the front panel, you got two buttons: call and share. Share just allows you to pick what you want on the screen right now. Right now, we are sharing the satellite. But if you wanted to share the laptop, that's what they call it. If you want to view it, just press the button. It switches over to the laptop. Quick satellite. Then you've also got, you also deselect, so if you want to stop sharing, you just press the button. It'll just go back to the default screen. If you want to place a call, that's real simple. Just press the call button. You got your directory, insert your dial, or you can go to your keypad. You got the built-in directory. It's got the listing of all your existing conference rooms.
When you say existing conference rooms, what do you mean by that?
So you're able to call, so any of the branches, you can call their conference rooms directly if they have the same system, which most of them do. You can call any of the conference rooms in the campuses, like dial by like conference room name like Denton or Denison or whatever.
Got it, okay. So they're listed as actual branches in there?
And also if you have, I can't remember the name of the call system, so I think everybody actually has the video calling for their desks with the new monitors.
The Skype video.
I think
Just probably haven't used
Yeah,
it.
Scott was.
so. You
We
should be
may
able
walk around and play with that
to
this morning.
call individual people as well
Yes.
from this
Yeah, there's,
directory.
if you get, yeah, there's
Okay,
also,
internally, you can
Yes,
call it,
it's all
okay, yeah,
internally.
yeah,
yeah, so you can call somebody's desk from the room.
cool. Right.
You can also do,
Question?
yes.
So if you have a conference call number and you got 6 people call into that and they're all on, would you have 6 different?
Like using like Edifier or something like that.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I was thinking,
That's right.
Edifier.
Yeah, using Edifier will happen as well.
You would use a digits, not necessarily look up the room.
We'll get to the dial in a second, but yeah, you're exactly right. So you can do a conference call where you'll have the multiples, or you can also just call, we're probably gonna do it, you can call Blue Bonnet, you have another branch or someplace else too, if they have the same system.
But you can't have more than one party up there.
Yes,
Yes, you
for
can.
sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can add
still
calls,
do.
yes.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you can do lots of stuff.
You can also do non-video calls. You can do like one called cell phones. It just has regular dial-in as well as about 9.
It's important.
Let me pause for a second, because every single branch that's had one of these, at some point, will escalate and say, we need a phone in Blue Bonnet, or we need a phone in here. And then it's your job to remember, wait, I know I can dial a phone here, but I don't remember how, because every branch forgets how. It literally is as simple as dialing 9, 1, and the number. You don't have to dial 9 in the rest of your branch anyplace else right now, but you do here. So if you just dial 9, 1, the number, it'll make a phone call. Does that make sense? I'm saving me and Larry time, because some point in a couple of weeks you're gonna call us. Right, it'll still happen, you'll still call us, but at least it'll save us time.
So whereas now we've become maniacally focused on Genesis and yada yada yada, this works like a real phone.
This works like a real phone, exactly,
okay,
right.
good.
Yeah,
So it's
exactly.
important
That's
to
the
have
problem,
an
everybody forgets
appointment
that.
over in Blue Bonnet. So you got a family appointment over in Blue Bonnet and you need to call the other family member, you need to call, trading or whatever.
Yeah, speaker.
Notice it'll move to where you're talking.
Ooh, move.
Oh.
Well, notice somebody over here talk, like you talk, and.
So I can go clients,
Hey, there's me. It'll-
9-1, the client's number.
So the camera positioning is basically, it's got automatic, which is finger track, to where it'll automatically position who's talking, and it'll automatically focus the room. If there's a bunch of people talking, it'll go to room view. If you look at the top, it's actually, you can see it's got four lenses up there, so it's able to switch between different camera angles. If you don't like that, you actually, it has a little toggle up here, you can turn that off.
It gets busy sometimes if you're like in a meeting and it's like.
And then so you can manually drive. So if you're trying to put out an example or anything like that, you can manually drive the camera.
So, but you have to stand over there and hold it to do that?
Yes, this is the control
But
panel.
you can pull that pan, it's got a cord, you pull it
Yeah.
over.
And if y'all don't like this cord, this is just a standard Cat 5 cable, and so you can replace with something else.
Note to self, if you want to be out of the video, just
Sit.
sit right here. You're good.
the camera.
That's right.
Especially in Blue Bonnet, because you're not going down there, one of the things that you could play with doing is you can save positions on the camera. You'll see that there's positions that you can save. Let's say that it's going to be you in a conference call with your RPC. You could save this seat, or you could save room view, you could save stuff. So that what you could do is like, that way I don't want it bouncing around, you can do that too. Just that's like 301 level, but you can do that, and you can ask Larry or I, we can help you do that down the road too, if you forget how.
The other thing I wanted to point out, so obviously right now the speaker tracking is working because there's microphones in the unit. We also have, when you guys are actually doing calls, we have 2 wireless microphones as well. So if you're having a big meeting, take these out. put
Well,
them.
no, those are the only microphones for the system.
Yeah, right.
The microphones behind there, that's just for the camera aiming. And so if you're having a call, you have to use these microphones. Otherwise, the other people won't be able to hear.
So to have a star phone, so we were talking about that a little bit yesterday, to have a star phone in either of these rooms then is is not necessary because we have those, but that,
Correct.
is that,
That's right.
and we've got those in the blue bonnet room as
So
well?
in Blue Bonnet, that unit is a little different, and correct me if I'm wrong, but that one actually has microphones.
Correct.
And it does work, I used it yesterday.
That's my
It was built,
So
so you still have the extra, if you really wanted to, those metallic square ones.
I think we actually took those away.
take those
Well,
away.
they're in the contingency back there.
Right, but yeah, we're fine.
So those are strictly to pick us up,
Yes.
not project sound.
So
Sound comes through here.
Some comes through here.
So let's role play this for a second. This may seem way over obvious.
Alan has a question.
Can a client call in to this, to the blue bonnet room, or do you have to call out for the client?
So great question. So, this room technically doesn't have an external number. So if there was an internal call, you could call Lone Star. If you have a client who wants to call in, you would have to set up a conference bridge, like your Fidelity conference line, and then you'd call into that line and then they would call us out.
Yeah, we wouldn't want clients calling this as a phone number, because you won't be in the room and clients would be calling and no one's gonna answer it. It's not on the same system, it won't go to voicemail, and everything else. So that you could use a conference call bridge that they could call into, or you call them.
Okay.
I also heard somebody bring up the Eastern time. I'll have that fixed today.
I want to role play one thing, because this is going to seem way over obvious, but I guarantee you by Tuesday morning this will happen. So you guys get on a call, or you have a team meeting, your RPC is in another office, or you're doing a market meeting, you're doing a conference call or something, and they're on the other side going, okay, what does that mean?
I can't hear you.
Okay, so what do?
Get a
You say,
microphone.
oh, damn it, I forgot the microphones, and you go over and get the microphones. That will happen many, many times for you, forget the microphones. One other role play, what happens when you're done with the call?
Put the microphone away.
How come?
Because they can hear you.
Yeah, they need to recharge, okay, so that they're charged for the next person who makes the phone call. Really simple, but just think through this
So
stuff.
let's be really stupid. Can you just grab the microphone, right? Biggest thing I saw in the last branch of this one is they kept forgetting to turn the stupid thing on, and it seems really goofy. It was almost 2 weeks of that. It was like, let's remember to turn the thing on.
Yeah, when you pull it out, it'll go on by itself, but the red and the green light is mute, not mute. They'll both, you don't have to do them both. When you hit one mute, they'll all mute.
That's
I'm gonna have to go.
Maybe coming.
That's coming.
Okay, good, it's coming. So it doesn't work yet, but it will. Okay, great.
So right now, yeah, you have to individually,
Hit both,
you have to mute both.
Okay, so remember today to hit mute both, or next week, or whatever. Sorry, I didn't mean to jump in.
That's fine, that's fine.
We're gonna get these questions, so I wanna make sure we're.
No, that's great. We're getting ahead of this. So what else?
The only other thing I was going to point out about this system, when you do, is this Lone Star? When you do call, we do have these set up.
Did you call in that first, put in the digits? Yeah, call. Yeah, so if you were like getting on my, 411-599 call. Thanks. It's coming. Makes sense?
Right, so the other thing about these rooms, they have them set up where it's auto answer.
Auto answer?
Yes. So obviously, this is Dave Nelson, who's our construction manager.
He doesn't know he's on yet.
He doesn't know that he's on.
Now he does.
Now he does.
Everybody wave to Dave, he now knows he's on a call.
So yeah, that's the other thing. So if somebody from Fidelity calls this room, it's gonna auto answer and it's gonna just project what's in this room. Yeah, so I do this all the time when I call.
Does that make sense? Not everybody's listening. Does that make sense? Yes. Okay, everybody stop. Everybody stop. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, so when you call, just like I called, which is the other conference room, I just dialed it and I called, nobody picked up because all of these systems are set to auto answer. It's very strange, I don't know why, but this is what happens, yeah. You can. So it's like, if you're ready for a meeting, it's great because you'll be in the room and they can just call you. When you call into Edifier, it's a little different because you'll go into like a waiting room. But when it's just room to room, if you guys have little meetings, it'll just auto.
Screen on there on there.
Yes, and so that guy can see us in here. So.
What's the lock on the right hand side?
We'll have to make sure you cover the camera.
Is that encryption? Okay.
Yeah.
And this is all
Yes, so I can find somebody in the directory. When you call somebody's edifier, they can actually answer or decline the call. So it wouldn't just show up on your desk. Yeah.
For fun, see if I'm in the directory, I have one of these on my desk, we'll see if it auto answers and I can see my desk.
Or you can see if somebody's in there.
Someone right.
Exactly, see if someone's sitting at my desk and scared. What are you doing at my
Our
desk?
desk for auto answer?
No. I have a small version of a desk. Does the smaller one auto answer? It may not.
No, it's manual. You
Yeah,
have to.
I have to manually. Perfect. Okay, so you can.
See, you can frosted glasses.
No one's ever called me directly, so I didn't know if mine auto answers.
Yeah, there's a guy I always call that I sit next to. I call him every time I do one of these, and he always answers.
Yeah. Does that make sense? So you guys have been on, you've either been on or you've had someone else dial in to edify or calls, right? Conference calls? You may not, if you haven't, don't worry about it. You might have done it and never thought about it. You might have done it in a room on the projector or something or never done it. That's just basically a conference call, for instance. It's really easy to dial. You can also dial the room. Probably the only time that you guys today would be dialing another room might be because you're dialing Blue Bonnet for some reason. Does that make sense? There could be a time when you're calling the regional site or something else for a
Maybe
meeting.
some training or something like that.
Training, but usually you're gonna do
We
it on a
didn't have
bridge.
cameras before.
Yeah, usually you're gonna do it on a bridge. You're not gonna call room to room directly for you guys, so don't worry about it much. The thing to remember is what you're gonna be more confused about is making a phone call.
Did y'all see that? I didn't see the screen. Was it just a normal dial?
Is it 9-1 and out or just
9-1 and out.
And
9-1 and out.
regardless of whether it's long distance?
I think everything in the
9-1,
country is basically because you have to put in the area code for most areas. So just 9-1 phone number.
And I'll get like a laminated direction sheet.
There's too many people in the country now. So not many
No, what I mean by that is if I punch 713, which is a local area code, I still need to get one.
I do want to point out the self-view down here, is that you can turn that on and off, it's showing how it works, you don't want, it's distracting, or you don't, you can also move it around, you just, on this screen here, you'll see the little picture-in-picture, if you press and hold that, it'll highlight different layouts, so you can actually move it up there, so that way if you're doing a presentation, if it's in the way, you can move it around.
So you can put the masters here and then put
Yeah.
sports center up there.
So the auto answer, you will know you auto answered, right? I mean, something will pop up.
Oh yeah, you'll see the
the
other
other room will
call.
pop.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you'll know right away.
Like you noticed for Dave, you didn't know for a minute because he was looking away from the camera.
Yeah.
So he turned around and saw him.
All right, any other questions about this thing before I do a little presentation perhaps?
We will make a quick little hard card, or Rod will get you.
I will get a hard card.
A little
for
hard
both
card for
rooms.
dialing, that kind of stuff that you can put over there so you have it.
Both rooms are basically the same, just the other room doesn't have the satellite share. So there's no television in that room, but everything else is the same.
We're gonna get such a different.
No, it's only in this room.
Microwaves.
And thanks to John, you guys have every channel. Normally it's just business
It's really thanks to
channels.
Larry, I'll throw Larry the credit. But yeah.
So we did call, so I don't think there's movie channels, but it's everything else, so.
Everything but premium, I think, is what you guys got. So you don't have like premium channels.
Is the golf channel pretty much?
Also the
No,
remote for
like
the
premium, like
dish is
HBO,
in this cabinet.
like the movie channels, the premium movie channels, but everything else you should have.
Any other questions about the AV? Jonathan, we got it.
Thank you. Well, did you cover doing a presentation for anyone who's going to do a presentation?
Yeah, so I was actually just about to do one.
Alright, so let's keep going. Everybody stay on track here.
So when you guys want to do a presentation, there's an HDMI cord over here that you can hook up your laptop to, and it'll automatically bring up share laptop, which is what I'm doing right now.
Yep.
When you're on a call, you can share what's on your laptop to the people that are on the call internally. I don't know if...
Edifier will share too.
Oh yes,
Edifier
Edifier
will
will share. If you want to share your iPad, we might have to get a... like a dongle or something, but it will work for sure. I've done it on an iPad.
HDMI to flash?
HDMI to lightning.
Yeah, it's just the adapter on it.
And it's the same thing, once you plug it in over here, it'll pop up and it'll share what's on the screen.
So hold on a second. The old laptops, some of them didn't have HDMI.
We need to get that little.
You want to get
Yeah, can we get the? Yeah.
So I need to...
Can we get one of those?
Yeah.
Shelly had a question.
Yeah.
We can get one of those for sure.
Cool, perfect.
To hook up our laptop, is there a cable or something, or?
So there is I think this is a 6-foot HDMI. In the other room, there's supposed to be a 15-foot, and we just had a conversation earlier, so I think what we're gonna do as a day 2 is put in that conference room power and data in the table, so you're not running the cord across the room.
Yeah.
This one might be a little more difficult, but I think we could probably work something out too.
Their new laptops do not have an HDMI input, that's why we need the dongles.
Oh, at all?
That's right.
They don't have an HDMI at all.
No.
They've got a display port, so we just need the adapters for the
Okay.
display port to HDMI.
Yeah, so we'll get a dongle, and it'll be over here, and we can it'll
Right.
have all the.
And if we just get that ring, that way they can use the
Yeah.
iPads, everything.
What's in the floor here? What's in the floor?
So right now it's power and data for future, because they didn't know how they were gonna do the power and data in this sort of table.
Okay.
So that's what we were talking about.
Yeah.
We'll have the architect figure out a solution where we maybe cut holes in the table, but the thinking was, and I think it's the same in Plano, this table's more of like what we're doing now versus having your laptops on it.
Right.
Plugging stuff in, so.
Basically the building's wired so that in the future we can change out the table and put things into the table.
Yeah.
Just hasn't been done yet. In that room, we're going to push for, we call it a day 2, that doesn't mean Tuesday, that means soon. But we're going to push to change that table so that the wires come up through the table so that it's on there, so you don't have to drag them across the floor.
Yeah, right.
That may take a couple of weeks, whatever, but we'll push and get that done. Today, you just have to, you pull the cable over to the desk, plug in your computer.
Is this like is it just a monitor, it's not like a smart screen or anything, a smart TV where
Correct.
I can screen share or something like that?
So it is not. So the only way you'd be able to share anything on here
Is to
is
plug it in.
this.
Plug it in, yep.
Yes. Alright. So this is the presentation that I put on for you guys. I do this for every branch, just quick little information about the project. So just some facts about the branch. You guys know it's almost 10,000 square feet. Some information about the new lease extension that you guys just signed with some of the rent. Contractor was Structure Tone Southwest out of Houston. Project schedule, you can see we've been in here for a long time. Total project, right now we're about, I think I was telling somebody, we're right at 3.7 million.
We're under budget.
Huh?
We're under budget.
Yeah, that table's gonna put us right over the top.
Can we get an ice machine?
Yeah, this budget doesn't include like the security and the technology, but it includes construction, design, and furniture. So, a lot of that is actually, a lot of the overtime. I don't know if you guys knew about some of this stuff. Obviously you knew we were supposed to be in here April 2nd. They pushed the date to April 30th, Monday. Just because when we were building, you can see we basically trenched the entire branch. We poured probably 20 to 30% new slab in here just as we were putting in like flooring, which is why the bathroom isn't ready. We're chipping away to level the floors. We chip maybe an inch or two and we're already hitting dirt. So a lot of the branch, which we didn't know, had a slab that was probably 2 inches thick versus like the 6 inches, which is what we normally do. So we poured a ton of new slab, which is why the bathroom's not ready. Did tons of like mold remediation before we came in here.
Bill's office.
New roofing. I know you guys had an issue with some of the leaks, so we did all new roofing on the roof. New HVAC units, so it's basically a brand new space. New separation between the two spaces. I know you guys had issues with like the dentist over there.
A lot of
Cleaners, yep. So all double, like double drywall throughout the whole branch. Insulation on all the exterior walls.
Somebody yesterday, even with all the activity, somebody yesterday made a phone call and said, "Man, my office is quiet. I couldn't hear anything." Who was that?
It is quiet.
And we did just turn on the sound masking last night, so that'll also help a lot too. So.
What is that now?
So it sounds
Is that like the white noise
yes.
stuff that's been talking
So
about?
it sounds like the air's running, so it's almost just like a white noise. They came in and turned it on last night. We're gonna let it run for about 2 weeks, and then the technician's gonna come back, tune everybody's offices, and then teach you guys how you can adjust it in the land room. So.
That's the thing I was talking about, where it's kind of like a really quiet white noise, but it also does some noise cancellation.
Yep.
So the system will sit for a little bit, kind of learn, and then it can be tuned. So if you're in here alone in the early morning or late evening, it might sound like the air conditioner's on. That's the system. But as it gets tuned, it'll become like unnoticeable. It just kind of deadens the sound from carrying around.
That's awesome.
Let's see. Just, I don't know, just some quick bullet points. Obviously, you guys have the new NGIC design with the open operations area. I don't know how you guys feel about that yet.
They love it.
Oh, awesome. Obviously, you see the meeting room with the kitchen, with the doors you can close, have private meetings in here. You guys are one of the first branches with this new office furniture, so we've gone through a couple different iterations, but this is what we're going to be doing going forward. So I think the next branches are Lehigh Valley, Cambridge, Denver, Seattle, I think Burlingame. I heard they were going to have 15 newer refreshes by the end of next year. So.
Where's Lehigh Valley?
Allentown, Philadelphia. It's Allentown. Impressive that you know that.
You guys are one of the first branches with the mother's room. You guys have a ton of new artwork. I don't know how you guys feel about the artwork.
Love the art.
Oh, love. That's rare.
I know. Otherwise I was going to have to have my strong conversation with you.
And then obviously the new AV technology.
The mother's room you guys have all seen. It's big.
It's terrific.
You guys are the first one to get the mother's room built in. It's now a standard in all branches, so any of the reuse should, assuming it can fit and go in. That's a standard in all branches. So you guys follow the mother's room.
There's going to be a chair. There is a chair that goes in the mother's room that has like, it's like a tablet chair.
I'll come out. I'll punch you.
It should be coming next week.
Is it just the chair that goes in there?
Yeah, it's just a chair. There's a chair, and the chair has like a table built into it. So
it's a real comfortable chair that has a. I haven't seen this version of it. It's got a fridge. The chair basically has like tables and stuff.
It's for nursing mothers to pump, basically. I don't know if that's the correct word.
I can't imagine that's gonna get used.
Let me for those of you thinking how confusing that is, let me tell you how unbelievably horrible it's been for female mothers, workers, who we've sent them into the land room or sitting on the floor in the bathroom, or put curtains up, or put them behind, I'm not kidding you, under cardboard boxes so they can nurse before they go home. So, I'm pretty passionate about getting the mother's room in there, so don't make jokes in front of me or I might just smack you down. So.
If anybody's interested in the art, we have information about art. The curator's here if you guys have questions. So
yeah. It's something else also. A really good idea, which was brought to me yesterday. We'll have the basic abstracts on the art, but go to the art in your room. You've got the artist's name and the title. Just go to Google and pull up their name. You will find a studio from them at. You'll find their history. You'll find an artist statement. You'll find all kinds of stuff. And when you have a client that says, "Oh, I love that artwork," you can now say, "You know what? Yeah, it's Joe Smith who made this. He lived in Houston for 2 years, but really he's in Pennsylvania. He loves what he's doing." I mean, just having that stuff, just a simple Google will give you a ton of information.
Are they all local, like Texas?
They're not all local, because part of the problem, there's like one artist where we got 5 or 6 pieces, I forgot what the name is, but he lived in Houston for a long time. Some of it's local. I was talking to the Eugene who's here as part of the curator. It's a little tough in some areas to get all local because it becomes kind of kitschy and folk art, which is not the collectible stuff that they want to do. So they try to get as local as they can, and the art will rotate. So right now there is local, but it's not all local right now. But there's a local angle to it. Does that make sense?
Got it. This is just a little slide about the security. The keypads work very similar to what you guys had before, so it's the same code. It's just touch panels now. So if you knew how to use it before, going through the security doors, which will be active on Monday. We're getting closers for the security doors so they close behind you. I pointed out where the one to arm the branch is, which is in the operations room. So whoever's first or last, that's where you guys can arm it. But the same process as what you guys had before, just on touch panels. So.
Hey, just out of curiosity, and I thought that we haven't had to deal with badges around here. So if you happen to lose your badge, like what happens?
So the only thing the badge will affect is
asking for a friend or asking for
yeah, the only thing you use your badge for in this branch is tap to print. So
okay.
No badge to get through the door.
No badge to get through the door,
which is good.
They are
But
really
then-
easy to replace, by the way, it's corporate security, they will mail another out to you.
Yeah.
And they'll overnight it or something, so that, yeah, because I would think that'd have a little urgency.
You technically
Good,
could, I mean,
okay.
I don't know if
I'm
I'm
just
supposed to encourage that, but you
saying.
could leave it in your office.
I'm not,
Didn't hear from you guys.
yeah, I mean, there's as long as your badge is secure, which anything in the branch is secure. Does that make sense? The doors are locked, there's cameras, when no one's here, it's secure. Do not leave it like out on your desktop. You put it in a drawer and it's secure. So I might get slapped on for saying this, so I'm going to deny ever saying it, but you're probably perfectly fine keeping it in your drawer. Just don't leave it out in the open, but put it in your drawer.
If you carry your wallet, best place to keep it is in your wallet, buried in there,
And then-
to the printer.
And then when you lose your wallet at the bar.
Yeah. When I go to Holly Village, I just.
There's a weird reason for my public transportation that I don't, but that's how I always do it. Put it in the wallet.
Not saying, you just
Right
say.
in there for 10 years.
Yeah.
Sorry, ladies, but for guys, it's the easy place to keep it.
This is kind of an important slide, so
Shelley, you affect me.
yes,
Pay
so
attention here.
the colors are all of the HVAC zones, and the red dots are where the thermostats are located. So the people with the red dots, obviously, are
I control the power, people
You're
don't piss
responsible
me
for Joe
off.
Mac.
I
I like
love
it
the
cold.
yesterday.
Oh, God.
It's actually good. He goes,
Cold?
It'll
But you like it
be
cold?
84 degrees in our office now.
I will say,
I like it cold.
Stay on target.
I will say it is a little deceiving because you only have so much control over it. So,
Setting it to 84 does not set it to 84.
correct. So there is probably a 3 to 4 degree window that you guys can change it. So if you set it to 84, it's going to kick on the heat, but it's going to stop probably at like 76. So you can turn it on and off, but it's not going to get crazy hot or crazy cold.
You don't have a pure dial. You can control it. You can control it between like 70 and 72 and a half. And you know how to roll set that.
But we will have one of these printed and put into the land room so you guys can remember where it is, and I can send this to the branch as well.
Who's next to Carmen? It's me, then Carmen, and then Glenn. Glenn, are you next to Carmen?
Like this side for me.
Wow. That's all I got. I thought this picture was kind of cool from the security cameras. So Diana is the property manager. You should call her first before you call me, but you should actually call me. So if you guys have any issues inside of the branch,
Can I call you from this thing?
you can, but I'm gonna decline it. But yes, you can call, you can email me. I'll probably be your first point of contact for the next month. And once things start dying down, then you guys will start opening up tickets with facilities to get stuff done. But right now, I could probably get stuff done quicker if there's anything wrong. You have a nick in your wall, anything. Just shoot me an email. I'll definitely get it taken care of.
Thank you.
But then the office goes off.
Yeah. Yes.
I don't want to rush you, because I have one, before they get up and walk away, I want one quick thing for them.
Yeah, of course.
Well, actually, two quick things. One is, we're now gonna go out and work on the kiosks, so on your scavenger
They're done.
list. Okay, good. So now you can use your scavenger hunt to test the kiosks. We forgot that we hadn't set those up, and some of you were fantastically good out there trying to do them. So now you can play with the kiosks a little bit. The other thing is, all of your computers, all of your HVDs last night, I sent out some big thank yous. Totally invisible to you. There was a lot of work that went on late night in the technical, so I sent them some big thank yous. But all of your computers should be set up to be able to do deposits in the PTOs. What we'd ask is, most of you will probably never need to, but you might need to because there might be sicknesses, things, busy, vacations, whatever it is. If you could take just a couple of minutes, you're not gonna have to go through the whole process, but Tammy, could you help a little bit? Go up there and let Tammy or let one of the FRs show you how it works and make sure your computer actually works. You don't have to go through the whole process, but take your laptop up there and make sure it works today. That way we know who we have to fix and who we don't. The honest truth is, the person who fixed it, his last day at Fidelity's today, so would like to not have to worry about it 3 weeks from now, figuring out we can't fix it. So if you can let me know if your computer works or not, it would be great.
And one other clarification on that, on the kiosk iPad, you cannot scan a check to the bottom.
Correct.
Be like,
Correct.
yeah, that's done.
And then I will also add, yesterday we told you that the private offices were gonna be window 1, 2, 3. It's now, window is 3, 2, 1.
Oh, they're reversed it? Okay.
Yeah, so it's 1 is closest to you.
So
I
one
had
is into the branch, 3
label
is
on the
out.
receipt paper
Yeah.
thing, just so you know. Let you know what's
Still be
opposite.
on.
It was either that or spending a whole nother day.
And then also be aware, I think you guys know this, right now they're sort of changing your tabletops. They're trying to do as many as they can while you guys are in here, but as you guys head out of here, if you're done, you're finished, you go home, Bill, Shelley, whenever you let them go, they're gonna keep doing tabletops. So you'll have a larger tabletop when you come back on Monday, if yours hasn't been changed yet.
Are
Any
they all
other
here,
questions?
tabletops?
Yes, they're
So-
all here.
They're all here?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so they'll be doing it all day today
All
and
day
tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah. Any other questions, problems, worries? Well, obviously, I'm still here for a while, Larry's still, but at some point, I'm heading out to get a flight. I will be here early Monday morning again, Larry will be here, Tammy will be here. So we're gonna spend next week walking around as well. But anything comes up, let us know. We wanna get after it. We're not necessarily the ones that solve it. Like I said, the tech people worked all night last night. When an issue comes up, this sounds cliche like a commercial, but there is literally a team of 1,000 behind us that we reach out to and call and fix it. But we just need to know any little thing so we get the team fixing it as quick as we can.
And if you didn't turn in your old iPad, so if you got a new iPad,
Laptop?
today or yesterday.
Yeah, turn the laptop too if you can.
Both, so if you have your old
Lynn's
laptop
probably
still,
been choking you.
and if you have your old iPad, let's get that now before Lynn sends off the old stuff.
Do you want to send the box up by the front window, by number 3, PTO?
Well, come by, tell me or Lynn.
Yeah, give it to one of us so we can make sure we've
Wait,
got it.
were we supposed to get new iPads, or just
If you
laptops?
didn't get one, if you didn't get one, that means you weren't supposed to get one.
You knew if you got one,
Yeah.
but other than that, if you didn't, don't worry about it.
It was probably mainly the RMs and ICs and that far as possible.
We got, the arms got this.
Yeah.
That's it, so good week, thank you for your help, thank you for everything else, we appreciate it.
So, go
Yeah,
ahead.
thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So, like I said this morning, let's make sure everything is set up. The scavenger hunt, really go through it. RMs, ICs, really go to the PPOs, run the check deposit machines, and make sure y'all really know how to do that. Everything, make sure, Paulina has what she needs up front, that's all stocked, the back office is put together. Everybody pitch in, make sure everything's put together here. Yeah, I know we're not done right now, so no one should be heading out right now. But let's keep putting stuff together and check in around noon, and hopefully we'll get it all together by then. Okay?
All right.
All right?
Cool.
All right. Thank you.
I'll probably be blue bonnet.